Welcome back to Epic Mythic Folklore. Our story begins in Kent, in a place called Pluckley. It is the most haunted village in Britain. Pluckley was even entered into the Guinness Book of Records in 1989. This picturesque village was used as the setting for The Darling Buds of May during the 1990s. It was also used in the TV shows Most Haunted and Ghostly Legends. There's between 12 to 14 different ghosts in this idyllic countryside village. Here are some of the specters you might encounter whilst in Pluckley. The Colonel. He hung himself in Park Woods. His ghost is still sighted walking amongst the trees trying to find his way, still wearing full military uniform. The Screaming Brickworker. The old brickworks opened in 1877. The ghost of one of the workers is said to have drowned after a wall of drying clay fell on him. People claim that they have heard his final screams of pain coming from the site of the old brickworks. The Screaming Woods. This area gets a fair amount of tourists. Many wish to spend the night camping beneath the creepy skeletal trees as they close in around you. Finding your way back will be a problem. And if you don't like the sound of random chilling screams emanating from deep in the wooded darkness, then it's probably not the place for you. The Haunted Hunting Lodge. The Daring Arms was once a hunting lodge, built in the 1840s for the Daring family. It is home to the ghost of a woman who wears a bonnet. Her ghost is that clear and realistic. She was mistaken for a real person. The Lady of Rose Court. The House Rose Court is 250 years old and looks like the perfect village home. It also hides a dark past. It was built by a member of the Daring family to house his mistress. She then fell in love with a monk who resided at Greystones. Unable to cope with her love triangle, she was said to have made and drank a poison derived from deadly berries. When her body was discovered the next day, she was looking towards the Greystones house. The Highwayman. He was killed after supposedly getting into a fight with the local lawmen. They chased him across the fields to an oak tree. Here he made his last stand with his back against the tree. When he was finally overpowered, they stabbed him with several swords, then pinned him to the oak tree with a sword. Some people have witnessed the fight played out by the ghosts exactly like the story. Others have seen his lifeless body staked to a phantom tree with a large sword protruding the chest. The Watercress Lady. She was an old gypsy who made a poor living by selling watercress to the villagers. The locals knew she was harmless. Every night she would sit on the bridge above the stream where she collected watercress and smoke her old clay pipe. One night she fell asleep and accidentally set herself on fire. She burnt to death. The next day they found her charred remains with the old clay pipe next to them. Now she haunts Peanock Bridge. Greystones. The house was built originally in 1863. The monk who lived there was said to have fallen in love with the Lady of Rose Court. When she committed suicide, the monk sank into depression, and as time passed, his depression got worse. He could not live without her and died of a broken heart. The Schoolmaster. In the 1920s, a head teacher known as Henry Turf hung himself from a tree in Dick Buss Lane. No one knows if it was the school children or Richard Buss who found the body. Richard Buss was a local miller and friend to Henry. His ghost is still seen hanging from the tree where he had killed himself, swinging back and forth in the wind. A phantom coach with horses. This has been sighted in several spots around the village. Usually heard charging throughout the village at high speed and always at night. No one knows why the coach and horses haunt the village roads. The Red Lady. A Daring family member who haunts the grounds of St. Nicholas Church. She is said to be buried in 7 coffins contained within an oak coffin in the Daring family crypt. She wanders the church grounds, endlessly looking for the grave of her stillborn child. The White Lady. Also a Daring family member, she haunts St. Nicholas Church and her old family home, Serendon Daring, specifically the library. She has been seen by U.S. Embassy staff. They had used the property as a base between World War I and World War II. One of the staff managed to shoot her ghost with his rifle. The house was mysteriously destroyed by a fire in 1952. If you would like to see more videos like this one, please like and subscribe to Epic Mythic Folklore. Don't forget to turn on notifications to get the latest videos.